Okay, welcome to this second Business Leaders clip, and we're going to talk a bit about risk and reward today. So obviously there are risks and rewards to starting a business. Some of the risks might be that your business could fail, okay, maybe because of poor cash flow or because sales are not good, or or whatever it might be. Maybe your competitors take action that mean that it's difficult for you to compete. There might be financial losses, and you might lose the capital that you invest in the business. If you've left a job that you've been well paid in, you could end up in a situation there where you don't have that income anymore. And obviously there's a lack of security in the sense that, not working for someone else means that you've got no guaranteed income. If you're ill and if you're off work for some reason, you're not earning money on that day, potentially. The rewards, though, could outweigh those risks, and certainly that must be why people go into business. So some of the rewards are things like, you might get a sense of satisfaction out of starting a business and succeeding. It might be that, you get your motivation from creating excellent products and services, or maybe it's growth, or maybe it's awards or recognition because of the business that you've created. Perhaps one of the rewards is just profit. It's just money. Perhaps your motivation is to make as much money as you can, and where your revenue, which is the money coming in, exceeds the costs, the money going out over time, you create a profit. Maybe it's independence. Maybe the reward for starting your business is that you don't have to work for somebody else. You can choose your own working hours. You can choose to work in something that you're passionate about. Those are some of the risks and rewards about starting a business. Once you've decided that you're going to go ahead and you've accepted that those risks exist, then what you can do is you can start to work on reducing those risks. Okay, you can do things like market research, where you find out whether or not the people in the local area or your target market are at all interested in the service or product that you're going to bring to market. You might produce a business plan where you meticulously pore over all of the details of your business, planning out what's going to happen each week and each month and all of that kind of stuff, so that you anticipate all the things that could go wrong and eliminate or put in place steps to make sure that the risks are minimised as much as possible. You might want to make sure that your business is as competitive as possible, perhaps by making sure that your product is really high quality or that it's priced competitively. And obviously another way to reduce some of the risk is to make sure that you've raised sufficient finance to start the business, and that there's finance in place to keep the business going in the early days when revenue might be low. What makes some businesses riskier than others? You might need to think about seasonal demand. If you're opening an ice cream business, you might sell more products in the summer than you will over the winter. Do you make enough money in the summer to stay in business over the winter? You might have a small market, which means there aren't a lot of potential customers available, which might mean that if you flood the market quickly with your products, that you run out of people to sell to. Might be a very competitive market with lots of competitors. And if those competitors are more established, they might be able to price you out of the market by reducing their prices and cutting some of their profit margins to ensure that you don't sell until your bit of the competition has gone. And obviously, if you're an owner that knows very little about what you're getting into, whether it's the product or the service, or perhaps you've not done your research and you don't know the market, there's a good chance that your business is going to fail because you might overlook some very simple fundamental things. So that's risk and reward. Lots of potential rewards for starting a business, lots of risks as well, and the key to success is making sure that you plan for and anticipate all of those risks and put in place measures to make them as least likely as possible to affect your business.